Hey everybody, just wanted to do a quick follow-up. About a week ago I did a video on catching up, and if is it possible to catch up right now? And my conclusion was absolutely. And so what I wanted to do, and actually what I did, was I decided to start a character. So on Sunday of last week I started this character. Got rid of one, started this character up, and wanted to see how far I could actually get the character in a week's time, even with Christmas, etc., everything going on. And I wanted to also limit the time that I would be able to do it. So I'm still finishing this one up to go to 4K, which is my goal, right? Is to get to 4K, get ready for Tier 2 to come out. And what did it take? How much time did it take? What all did I have to do? Was it possible to get to a competitive amount to where I could run Tier 2s, where I can really build up my gear towards Tier 2 and also be able to PvP? And currently where I'm at with the character is right about here. So depending on the build I have, because my AoE build has a little bit more skill points put into it, just so I can grind AoE a little bit better. I'm right over 3,000. So able to do my Tier 2s, able to run, and still gearing up. I still have a little ways to go. I mean, actually I have quite a ways to go because, you want to be going as close as possible at 4K. I still have some leveling to do. As you can see, like I just got my Supreme Devotion Cloak, so I still have work to go there to get this leveled up, or get it leveled up and traits added. But sitting at level 7, working on mana regen, I've started adding traits to my helm, started adding traits to my chest by having to get doubles. Just got the gloves, so still working on those, and just got the boots, so still working on those. These pants I picked up, I don't think I'm going to stick with them. Typically, I would say go with something blue. That would be better. I got a little... I was pretty sure I was going to be able to grab another pair pretty quick. I wasn't. I'm actually going to end up switching them out. So going to go ahead and drop those. Just got the neck. So I've got a ways to go to getting that all built up, as well as the bracers, which I think I'm going to change out as well. This ring is no good, so I haven't been doing much to it other than the max mana. Because I've picked these up on farm. The Sapphire Dimensional Ring, I have just been, when I get the token, buy another ring and hope that I come up with the ring itself that I need. If not, throw it away, re-roll it. Still haven't got my belt yet, but how am I doing it? Well, I'm really just going through and burning up tokens as much as possible, getting up to 40K or as close to as I can, and then burning them all down, and then just running everything else. Then using material transmutation where I can, to burn them up. As you can see, I've already started putting some points in here. I still have some more to put in there. I'm going to go do a grind here. The important thing is I did keep it to 4 hours a day on what I was able to do as far as leveling this character up. So I would go jump on my other character, run around, mess with it, and then just give this 4 hours to run around. Yes, I have probably way too much time to play this game, but I'm limiting this to be something more realistic, right? I don't want the idea to be, you can catch up, and this is my proof, but you have to play, 24/7, no sleep at all. So I think hitting 3K within a week or even under a week is pretty easy to do, as long as you just, stick to your grind, know what you're actually going out to accomplish to do. What is your are you going down and hitting Silas, cleaning that up? Are you putting the time in there? Are you investing, and getting stuff like the tree cake or, star tree cake right now, so then you can grind as much as you can down there? Are you focusing your scrolls so then you're able to get a bunch of quest gear that comes out of it? And then really just working on skills, etc. from there. I think it's pretty simple to do. I think moving from the 3K mark and up, it gets a little bit more difficult because you're really only trait, skill, and mastery based at that point. That's where you're going to spend most of your time really trying to build up. As you can see, I've just started getting everything into the epic tier and started working on maxing out the ones that I think are pretty important for the build that I've gone with. Not only is this the build that I've gone with, but I've also recently changed a weapon as well. So I came in deciding to go bow staff. I decided to try bow wand out just for fun. I love it. I think it's incredibly fun. So I decided to go ahead and reset up around this, which means I had to change some gear out. I had to move some stuff around. But I think as long as you're just kind of focusing on what the grind looks like, are you selling every day? Hugely important, right? So I've got 243 just for yesterday. I'm sitting at well over about 1,400 on sales so far, I would imagine, right at about 1,400 in a week. But that's just going down and doing the grind. That's why I keep saying going down and doing like Silas Abyss, going down and doing the open world dungeons to grind stuff is where most of the stuff that you're going to get comes from. The dungeons, treat them like a currency. Don't expect to go into the dungeon and then you're going to get, hey, I'm going to go run this dungeon 4 times so I can get my bow or my wand, etc. Think of them as currencies. And if you get lucky, then you have that currency to spend on something else. So that's the way that I really look at it, is getting my currency up. My most important currency being my Abyssal Contract tokens. These are huge because this is where I would say 70% of all the leveling has come from. My skill builds, etc., all are, being able to skill up, being able to get my mastery, being able to run everything is basically pointed right towards this. And more importantly, that's where I'm getting the massive amount of stuff that I'm selling. And then able to build up stuff so then I can come in here and burn these guys down, right? Like if I, excuse me, if I had another one right now, I could burn another dimensional token if I needed to, right? To be able to get another sapphire ring and then be able to get the trade off of that. I don't need it any longer, so now I can start focusing those tokens on other things, even if it's just for something for sale. So for example, I just sold off a bunch of that stuff on the auction house. So now I want to come through here and look through lithographs, right? I think pricing is great for where you want to be. I think, especially with the startup servers or the servers that were early release, early launch, I think that you really got into, and maybe even now it's still the same way. I've decided to play off of those servers for now. And if I really want to, I can move back and play with everybody that's over there. That's actually where my main is at. But I have 277, and this is how I fluctuate it, right? So am I out there grinding all the time to pick something up? Probably not. So I know that there's a couple pieces of gear that I want to go with. I'm actually going to change a piece of gear already again. And it's probably going to be these guys. And so these boots. So we can see 294, just a little bit out of reach for me to be able to purchase right now. But another couple runs, maybe not a big deal. So then I come into armor, take a look at the feet, and then I can take a look at what some of the costs are on these. Movement speed, mana regen, the endurances, all that is pretty high. I'll probably focus on these here. But they're not super low, but they're not super bad, right? So that's where I'll really focus on my next couple pieces. Bloodlust belt, all that. I'm going to keep trying to roll for those right out of material transmutation. I mean, it costs a bit, but you can see with the amount of running, Solent isn't a problem at all. I'm about to go run. I actually haven't ran today at all, so I'm going to have to go do my whole thing. I'm going to go clear out my tier 2s, clear out my tier 1s, and then go do my daily contracts, and then I'm going to stack up all the stuff I get out of there, and then I will go finish up with an hour of running down in Silas Abyss. And then I'll take everything I got out of there, break down the good stuff, sell it, and then tomorrow I should be able to get 1 or 2 additional pieces of gear, and then also be able to take the ones that don't sell and run it through here. Things that have poor traits, I'll run through here, right? This I'm going to keep for a build that I want to try out, but I'll load up on a bunch of different epics and blue gear and then burn that down for an opportunity to be able to roll on the ring and also my bloodlust belt. See if I get lucky. Other than that, that is really the focus for it, right? I think if I didn't have Christmas off and took some time, go visit with everybody, I probably would have finished up a little bit faster or would have gotten all the gear that I wanted. I even went backwards from how I normally recommend, where I say skill up your blues all the way. Max out your blues as quick as possible. I really think that right now you don't have to hyper focus on those things. My stats are all messed up, so don't look at those. But really, you can just go right in for epic builds. Is it the best? Are you focused on PvE? Or are you focused on PvP? I would say if you're more PvP focused, do skill up those blues as fast as possible. Defense is going to be the biggest thing for you. Is what type of what does your endurance or evasion or your choice of defense look like? Are you ready to go out there and fight? I'm more focused on kind of min-maxing as much as I can, getting the gear set aside before going out to PvP and dealing with Stunfest. It's already frustrating enough, so I want to have as much of an edge as possible to go out there and fight. But still, I 100% still stand by. Can you gear up for free in the current state of the game? I think it's easier than it ever has been. I think that it's getting way and way easier. And I've even taken some of the lucent that I've gotten and focused that back on buying packs, right? So then I can now get some additional levels, get some additional skill books. But making lucent in this game is really easy. You're not going to make, 5,000 lucent right away. So obviously, if you want to do that, then you can step away from the free to play. But this is a completely free character. There's no money has been spent on this character at all. Even the skins that I have on it, I got on my other character. I bought it through there, so then my lucent grind on that character doesn't affect this one at all. I've been really strict on making sure I calculate how much this character's earned and only spend within that for lucent. So I think it's really, really easy, really capable. If you have questions, if there's something you want to know more about, I do have some videos that are up that go over what my grind looks like for like Silas Abyss. I do go over the build that I use for this, but if you have other questions like a route or what to do, or if you're stuck on something, let me know and I'll show you how I farm that out and how I target it out. But do go take a look at the AoE build or the AoE path. It's super simple, really effective. You can literally go down there and clean up 20, 30, 40 contracts in literally 20, 30 minutes. So it's really, really quick. But thanks a lot. Yep, I'm really happy to see this character is going this route. I will actually do another update on this as well as the build video that I'm doing, so you can see when it gets to 4K. Did it maintain being free the whole way? Did I hit any struggles or caps that I just couldn't get past? But so far, it seems pretty straightforward. Everything has been really easy to just set the objective out there, go for it, and find the piece of gear. Maybe I don't get it on the day that I wanted to, but eventually I do run into the gear. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.